Hey guys, I just figured I'd show you my load for Thanksgiving home, and sorry about the wind and all the racket, but I couldn't really film inside of the plant. They don't allow all that stuff, so what I'm going to do, it's a plastic pipe load. It's a common flatbed load. I'm going to show you a little bit about it, what I did. So I'll step down here. We're over here by the railroad tracks. So I'll kind of show you. We're out of the wind a little bit. There's a big storm coming in, but as you can kind of see the two straps here, one there, and there. Those are called belly straps. So when they put the first set on, when they say you throw your bellies, that's what it means. And so you want to put at least two down. I know I've seen people do one, but it depends on how many tiers you have. So you want to have a majority. The plastic pipe is shifty, very slippery, so you want to make sure you get a lot of your straps up top. So I definitely got stability down below, but then I've got 13 winches across the rail, and they're all on one side. Some trailers have them on both. I threw 5 over the back because the most twisty section of this trailer is the spread. So I know that's the way this trailer functions. It's not very as stiff as some, so I got a lot of flex. So I put 5 back there, 4 up here. Now that's what's called a smoke tarp. See it? A lot of times, because of the exhaust pipe, diesel smoke rolling back on the plastic pipe, the reason why is when they go to put the adhesive, if they have oil products, diesel smoke, etc., then it won't adhere and it won't seal. So it causes an issue. So they always require, or usually require smoke tarp. I won't say always, because that's not the case. But what I have is an old steel tarp. It was cut up and thrown away many years ago, and it's cut down to like a third. And I just pop that over the top, and it's held by one strap, and I try and bungee. Now I couldn't get it at first. I was on the other side, and what happened, I was in the wind. The wind was blowing from that direction through the pipe and throwing my tarp right off. I could not hold it for nothing. I was standing in front of it, and it was like it's a sail. So you have to think about that. So I asked them if I could come over behind the building, and but they want to go home. This is the day before Thanksgiving. It's Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving 2012. People want to go home. I want to help them get home. I want to get my load and get out of here. So I'm actually taking this load with me to Montana home, and then I deliver it just over the border in Williston, North Dakota, and that's over at the oil fields. So there's a lot of good freight going over there, the Bakken, where they're fracking for oil. And whether you agree with it or not, that's the way it goes, It's industry, it's oil production, it's jobs. It doesn't matter. It's energy for the country, it's jobs for all these trucks. Tens of thousands of loads every year just go up into that region. Tens of thousands. Millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment, engines and steel and sand and ceramic sand and pipe and lots of drilling pipe, plastic pipe or sewers and water lines. They're expanding. It's a boom town. It's going to be that way for decades. So as long as the U.S. government does not screw around and stop it and just let us roll with it, it's going to keep a lot of people in business. And this is a prime example. This is where it's going. It's going to Williston, North Dakota to help assist with it, whatever needs that they have, what they're building. So that's what it is. So smoke tarp, plastic pipe load, it's slippy, it's real easy for it to shift, so you just want to make sure you use every freaking strap that you got on the trailer. Now I always try and put a twist in them. Notice the twist? That's on purpose for wind, so it doesn't sit there and go bzzz down the road, because it'll actually cause abrasion and it'll have a difficulty, and could damage the freight because of the vibration and the cutting, and it's annoying when you're driving down the road, but mostly you don't want to have all that problem. So DOT's allowed us to make the twist, no problem. Doesn't affect the load carrying of the strap. Each one of the straps is rated at 5,400 pounds. The whole load doesn't weigh 25,000, but I've got every strap on here. Don't cut corners with plastic pipe, you new drivers. Don't do it. Sometimes if you have a really bad hump in your trailer and it looks like it's going to be a problem, sometimes you want to put an extra board in the back there. We couldn't get them to match up. It just wasn't going to work. Their dunnage, where they strap them down, doesn't always work really well. So you would have to add a lot of extra boards. Well, that's a pain, and sometimes it is not practical. And you can see it's a couple inches over in the back. You know, no problem. A couple feet, no problem. Give you an idea of what's going on, so you can kind of see the load from all the angles. It's all inside. Everything's good to go. Straps are twisted. And that smoke tarp, some of the rings are missing, so I can't really tie it down all the way, but I did the best I could. The big strap there, it's a tip I give everybody. You throw your smoke tarp, get your strap over it, nail it down with a big 3-inch strap. It's not going anywhere. Just tie it all down over here on the edge. Mostly they're concerned about up top here. Not so much down here, but I'm covering the whole face of it. You can use one of those cheap blue tarps. Brown, red, whatever. You know, those fiberglass tarps. I had to move some of my stuff because they said they needed 50 feet of space, but they didn't. So I moved my lumber to here. I got it all tied down, chained down, and then now that's a pain in the butt, but I do have a lot of equipment that I have to carry, extra 4x4s. Those are V-boards right here, and those are hung by straps, 2 of them together. So one board's this way and one's board's this way, so if you need to protect the load, then you can. So your straps and everything come down on it, helps protect it from crushing. And you can over tighten. Now I have to go up there and I have to check all that, but I always do a walk around before I leave, and I make sure that I've got everything tied down. Everything's tied down. That's steel cable and web straps that are ratcheted. Nothing's held on with bungee. That's illegal. So just keep that in mind too. Web straps, chains, cable, and you know, little web straps are fine too, but just make sure you got everything tightened down so they can't say anything. Truck's getting old. It's about 8 years old, but it's doing fine. Just put a new radiator in it. Everybody's happy. Got brand new drive tires. I use Otsu drive tires. I know I'm just shooting the breeze here, but see this? Open shoulder. Doesn't have a solid rib on the side. If you have a solid rib on the side and you're in snow and ice, you're going to get stuck in that much ice. It's happened to me. I finally said, that's it. I'm done. I'm switching brands. These tires are siped. You can see the little cuts. And I can pull a trailer up a slight hill, empty, on ice right from my driveway. I've done it, so I'm pretty happy with it. Well, that's about it. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. Anything and everything has to be tied down, like I said, with straps. Straps, rope, has to be braided rope, and it needs to be like nylon. So there's so many rules that you get into. If you guys just going to go into vans, you're going to have special tie-down stuff that you got to do there too. You've got to have certain type of straps. You've got to have load locks. You got to be able to put your load locks down and strap to them, tighten them down, keep everything tightened up. There's a lot of stuff to go over, but I'll keep trying to do more and more videos for you guys so you can get an idea. And that's it. So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you have a good time with your family, and that's where I'm going. So, talk to you later. Up by Williston, kind of out, just outside of town here, a little ways, and this water pipe that I was showing you, the blue pipe load, what they're doing is building a new probably like a new water line from main city to city or something. So, because it's not built for any of the oil or anything like that I know of. I mean, it looks like just water main. So, we're kind of out in the middle of the field. I'm going to scan over here. You can kind of see where the other truck is sitting. They're going to take our pipe up here near the other building, farm building. But it's going right along. That's Highway 2 out here. You can see it. That's Highway 2. And they're building all along right through the access area. So it's 20, 30 miles long. So we'll scroll over here and you can see this guy. You can see him way out there. Just out in the middle of the field. So it was 0 degrees last night. It's probably 20 something right now. So, you know, people, I suppose, the ground's pretty solid, but people have gotten stuck around some of the other equipment where they've tore the ground up. Ground like this, it's hard as a rock. I've been out and walked on it. It's solid. So, you know, you're going to be doing deliveries like this on occasion. I had to undo my smoke tarp, the blue tarp you saw in the first video, and it didn't take long. I just undid bungees and one strap. That thing flew to the ground because I'm out in the middle of the wind on the prairie in North Dakota. So lots of wind. You can kind of see at night, you can see a lot of the fires. I'm going to scroll over here just a little bit. Hopefully I'll line it up good. If you can see the fire over there, that's the burn off from when you see the oil pump working up and down, and that's what you see everywhere out here. When you come in at night, you can see these fires for miles because there's so many oil wells up here. It's just absolutely unbelievable. They estimate many decades of production as long as the government doesn't screw it over. So we should have lots of work. It's a boom town, like I was saying. Williston is a boom town, Wofford City, all those places. They built, for you drivers, just since I was up here, it's been a while, they built a Love's truck stop just north of town, and then even further north up that where the Highway 2 takes a right turn headed due east. There's a big, I wouldn't say big, but it's a pilot going in. I would have loved to have seen the parking lots on these places be about 6 times the size of what they currently are, but that's whatever they built. You know, that's corporations. They don't foresee that. Whenever you have boom towns or border crossings, like Laredo, they built the parking lots, but there's still not enough capacity. They did the same thing here. They needed to make the stupid parking lots about 4 to 6 times the size of what they got, because the slurry truck companies come in and they rent spaces and they take up all the freaking room. The over-the-road guys, they can't get in, no place to sleep. So you corporate dudes, if you happen to see this video, I hope you take that idea into consideration that you really screwed up. You need to build your stupid parking lots a lot bigger. And we love the new truck stops, nice new facilities, but you need to think a little bit. Look at the capacity. They've got a Walmart. I think they reopened that as far as allowing trucks. They put those bars across it. Last time I was up here about a year ago. You couldn't get in. I used to park there all the time. Spend all my money there. I buy all my extra food and supplies, outfit my truck, oil, headlights, everything. Then they barred us from going in there, and I got to think, you know, that's just pretty freaking stupid. You know, if you want our business, you know, don't treat us like we're second-class citizens or anything. If you want to make it a spot where we can park, you'll get a lot of business that way. Maybe you don't care. I don't know. I'm on a rant today, but it's freaking ridiculous. You never know what you're going to get. Walmart. You go to the Walmart parking lot, yes or no? Can you get in? Can you stay legally, yes or no? Do they want you there, or are they going to call the police? You never can figure it out. So yeah, I'm on a rant today, but as long as the government doesn't screw this over up here, the Bakken oil shale, then we'll have plenty of work. They got to keep their act together and make sure they don't screw up. I just saw a deal on Facebook or some website where the gal lit the gases coming out of her water faucet. Well, that's bullshit. People, they got to figure it out. You can't ruin people's drinking water. There's got to be a balance in here somewhere. We all want the jobs. We need the oil. What we don't need is stuff like that, because that really makes everything look bad, and it ruins people's lives. That's part of we don't like. You know, I'm not a bunny hugger by any shape of the imagination. So that's my rant for the day. Somebody just came up. I'm gonna make sure probably got to move. I don't know. A little bit forward. There we go. Make sure he can get out okay. And we can kind of see what's going on. Got the camera tilted a bit. Sorry about that. But he had to gun it to get up the hill because he just came up over there. Sorry I didn't catch it. But maybe you got to see it out of the peripheral. I don't know. There's the unloader. You can see him way out there. Looks like he's getting ready to put the bucket back on. He's got two long forks on the end of that bucket. It's probably hard for you to see at this. There you go. You might be able to see him. See the two forks. And he can pick one bundle at a time. I don't know. He might be able to get two. Unknown. Oh yeah. Okay. He's just moving his bucket. There it is. Got room. I don't know if you can see it. If you can, great. That's a long ways away. So you guys will get an idea. What the heck? You know, you could end up out in the middle of nowhere. Be prepared when you come up here. Make sure you're using diesel treatment of some sort. It was below zero. You're not going to shut your truck off. I don't care. If people say you got to shut your truck off, tell them to go jump in the lake. Because it may not start the next day unless you've got an extreme power pack that keeps your fuel warm and everything else good to go. You're going to have problems. If you set your trailer brakes in this kind of weather, you're going to have problems. So try not to do that. I know it's difficult. Some people just want to pull all the buttons. Leave the trailer aired up. Hit the tractor only. Do the best you can. Have plenty of clothes. You're going to need extra socks, Thinsulate, coveralls, multiple layers. If you step out in this wind, it's going to cut right through you. It's going to take your body heat and drop it pretty quick. So it might be 1922 and it's all balmy and everything until you go around the side of the truck and you get into the 30-mile-an-hour wind. So that's pretty much it. Have food, water. You're going to need to drink more water in the winter because you're going to get dehydrated. It's so dry out here in the winter. It'll suck it right out of you just as much as it would in the summer.